Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another videos, another paid request, this time from Ken. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, Ken wanted me to talk about 2 episodes of Teen of the Hill, I think because an actor, Johnny Hardwick, who played the character Dave Grubel, the guy who, if you see pictures or you've seen the show, he wear the glasses, he's got the hat. He's very much of the gun conspiracy nut type of guy. Of the 4, because you have Hank, voiced by Mike Judge. You have Boomhauer, who's, hey man, I don't talk about man, and I don't talk about Teen of the Hill bad, we gotta go to that bit. Talk to that very fast like that. You have the fatter guy, voiced by Stephen Root. I didn't realize it was him from Office Space. Don't take my red stapler. Don't take my red stapler. And then you have the 4th guy, which is Dave, which is too bad that Johnny Hardwick passed away. And it's been forever since I've seen King of the Hill. I mean forever. It's been well over, at least over a decade since I've seen an episode. And the 2 episodes you wanted me to talk about was Season 3, Episode 10, of Firefight We Will Go, and Season 7, Episode 10, Meadowdale. And I gotta say, I had a really fun time watching these 2 episodes. I had a really fun time. I forgot how funny this show could be. Like, it's been forever since it's... Because the voices work well, and it's a bit more of a dry, subtle humor, which was refreshing. Because as a cartoon, so you're expecting much more grandiose, but it's about, it takes place in Texas, and I'm living in Texas right now. I could recognize a lot of these characters in daily life. And like I said, I chuckled quite a bit in just these 2 alone. Like Season 3, Episode 10 was definitely their take on Three Stooges. Even the title, "A Firefight We Will Go," like a plumbing we will go. I mean, they even referenced the song Three Blind Mice. Dale, the Johnny Hardwick's character, even goes to B-A-B, B-E-B, B-A-B-B, which Mo does in the Three Stooges when they're supposed to be teachers, teaching all these lovely ladies in college about, I think it's called singing the alphabet. Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing as professors, but they got in there. So Season 3, Episode 10, you have firefighters are on strike. As one of them says, fire don't go on strike, I tell you. Well, fires don't go on strike, I tell you what. It's a lot of little things that made me chuckle. Like the 4 main guys, they become volunteers and they're training. And Dale's like, I can't see, and he lifts up the visor and you see there's a cigarette in there. Even like Peggy, which I'm like, oh yeah, that's voiced by Kathy Najimy, who is one of the 3 witches in Hocus Pocus. She was in Sister Act, Whoopi Goldberg, and Sister Act 2. And like, there's a bit where she's trying to teach him about Fireman Carey and does it to their son Bobby. And she does it, and then she puts it down. How do I do, Bobby? Oh, she fucked up her goring, picked it up Bobby and his lipping, but she doesn't want to say anything. And just how things can really ratchet up and elevate really quickly. Like there's a bit where the 4 of them go and these kids want to play in the water with a hydrant. And actually because their clothes are dirty too. They're a bit dirty. Oh, well, we can't do that. Of course not. These people are volunteers. Okay, we'll do it. And so they screw up doing it because Dale in the heat like of the moment, and gets too excited to stop thinking straight. Dale, do something about that hydrant. He's just tapping it, and then Boomhauer, he just the jaws of life. He's like, "What are you doing?" And he chops the top half of the fucking damn hydrant off. And the way these voices work well together also made me chuckle. Like, there's a bit where they're at the fireman house, and Steven Roos character, "Oh my god, there's jerky here," and he uses something with the lid as a frisbee, and it hits Boomhauer, and he just pisses like, "All right, come on, man, you fatty belt buckle, man." So he just takes it and throws it back. It just real quick. It just throws it, just goes out the fucking window. And then this fight breaks out where whether at least another, they're all fucking with each other, and Steve Root's face gets fucked up and burnt by this pie. And he's like, "My face hurts," and Hank goes, "Yeah, and I'll match your ass when I'm done kicking it." I just something about the way the voices are, the fact that it just seems a bit more subtle, dry. They just appeal to me more. Maybe and just in my older age, I could relate more to this humor. I don't know. Or like, there's a bit where a fireman had died, and they're supposed to be holding the casket, and then there's this wide shot, and Dale is even holding it. He's just doing this. And he's like, "No wonder my side is so heavy. Dale, get your hand on the casket." "No, I can't. It's bad luck." But they all trip in the fucking grave. And also the episode, it's all a lot of it is flashbacks because they've been brought in. I think it's Barry Corbin, who I remember is the sheriff in Critters 2. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's questioning these four because the firehouse burned down. And so then they have all their stories, and like Dale tells his story, but in his fantasy, he takes off his hat, and he has this flowing hair, and he's like much more muscular, and or Boomhauer's fantasy, everybody else is talking like him, and he's talking normal. Then ultimately, like they realize they do like to work with each other, and they blame it on the dead guy. Oh, the dead guy put in the sign, and it burnt everything up. And then, hey, we might have this other job. Oh, I don't know. We'll get free beer. Well, I do like beer. And as they leave, you hear the three blind mice like, "Da, da, 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 da," which is a Three Stooges thing. So I'm a huge Three Stooges fan. Like I say, in the midst of the episode at the firehouse, there's a bit where Dale's bad at Hank barking orders. So he starts doing the B-A, bay, B-B-B-I, B-I, again. So I love the Three Stooges nods, being a huge fan of them. And this was rather enjoyable. And even the other episode, Season 7, Episode 10. Tom Arnold is voicing the manager of this mart, Meadowdale Mart, who's worked with Hank, because Hank sells propane and has a business with them. There's an issue going on in the store, possible animals, rats. So Dale needs help. He's not getting much work as exterminator, so Hank goes, "Hey, why don't you go to this guy, take care of the problem?" Dale appreciates it. He doesn't take it lightly. He really wants to impress Hank because Hank stuck up for him. Then he comes to find out and does one of his conspiracy theories, like, "Wait a minute, this bite is different. Where have I seen that before?" And then he checks his body. "I knew it. It's, what was his name? Chuck Mangione." I will admit there was a bit of like, who the hell is that? Did they make that? No, it's a real musician, real singer, but I didn't know who he was at that point. So he thinks it's Chuck Mangione doing it, and trying to figure out what to do next. So it's funny. I just reviewed the pilot of that '70s show, and this has Topher Grace and Danny Masterson, who's in that '70s show, as these two asshole workers at the Meadowdale Mart. One thing leads to another. Hank realizes what's going on. Thinks, "Oh my God, this guy's going to screw things up, and I'm going to lose my business with this company." So now Boomhauer, Hank, and Stephen Root's here to go up and help him. And of course, Dale finds out what they're doing, and he's upset. "You don't trust me." And then becomes this bit where they get trapped inside, and it's like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And then you realize that Danny Masterson and Topher Grace are fucking around. And ultimately Dale helps them out. But he finds out that he's actually right. Is those two are fucking around, but there is a Chuck Mangione stain in the store. And there's like toilet paper fort. And Dale's like, "What are you doing here?" "Yeah, they kept wanting me to do commercials, and I had to go to every single store opening, and I just wanted to be free, and I could sit here, live here, and sneak out, eat food, and..." So a turn I did not expect coming. I'd probably say I laughed a bit more in the season 3 episode 10 episode, the fireman episode, but this one was still a fun bit. Nice that Johnny Hartwick's Tater Dale got vindicated. I mean, they don't believe him, but, and sorry about the background noise and stuff, just how it is around here. But it's nice to see that he knows himself what happened, and then to the outside world, he's helped his buddies and got these two workers who are fucking around, and there you go. I do like the animation style because it's Mike Judge, so it has that Beavis and Butthead look to it. I mean, even Hank himself reminds me of the character in Beavis and Butthead, which in the movie, the first movie, Beavis would have a bit of fun and this the guy's camper. I forget the character's name in the Beavis and Butthead show, but it sounds almost exactly like Hank in this show. But I like the way they worked with each other. Johnny Hardwick and Stephen Root and such did a good job voicing the characters. I guess the show got a revival, like it came back. But like they were shooting episodes, but they haven't released them yet. So now I wonder what's going to happen now that Johnny Hardwick has passed away. Because I guess it was like announced in January of this year or something, and they're working on episodes, and from what I read up, Johnny Hardwick did record a couple episodes, so I don't know if they're going to kill the character off, or they're going to do something else with it. I don't know. I guess they'll see and find out, but... Which is a shame. I mean, it's a shame that he passed away. He did a really good job as his character. Just based on these 2 episodes alone, he was a lot of fun. He brought a nice dynamic to the rest of the group. Different dynamic, I should say. It's like I said, it's much more of a simpler, slower, in a good way, type of cartoon that's not going over the top, zany, 100 miles an hour like a lot of cartoons tend to go. Because, hey, it's a cartoon, why not? So it's more of a laid back, which represents these characters fairly well. But it made sense that the guy made Office Space and so forth to do and showcase that. So this is a lot of fun to revisit. Because the show was successful. I think it debuted in 1997, and I think it was around for like 13 seasons. And I think it got canceled. One of the reasons is because they wanted to have the Seth MacFarlane show, the Cleveland show. Just, you know, hey, Seth MacFarlane, blah, blah, blah. So, whatever. I definitely like the show more than Family Guy, I'll say that. Or Seth MacFarlane's other stuff. I'm not a big Seth MacFarlane guy. I mean, I don't mind him acting in, like, what was that? The Orville. I don't mind his acting in that, but just his cartoons I'm not big on. This much more enjoyed. So with that said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.